Welcome to this explainer. Let's jump right in. If you spend your days building variance dashboards or standard production reports, you probably think you're just doing traditional accounting or FP&A. But today, we are totally flipping that script. We're going to reveal how those everyday data reporting projects are actually the hidden foundation for elite private equity-style operational optimization. We're talking about transforming the mundane into the absolute extraordinary.
Here's our masterclass blueprint for today. We'll hit the analytics evolution path, the big goal of optimization, what happens when Python meets Power BI, optimization in action, building the future architecture, and finally, elevating to operational strategy.
Now, there's a massive paradigm shift you really need to internalize right off the bat. What you are building right now, it's not just a reporting model. You are actually building the foundational operational dataset for manufacturing optimization. This completely shifts your focus away from those backward-looking dashboards. Instead, you're laying the groundwork for AI-assisted production planning. Every single dataset you clean, structure, and validate today, that is the necessary training ground for tomorrow's optimization engine.
Section 1. The Analytics Evolution Path.
Think of your analytics maturity as this incredibly rewarding, structured climb. Right now, you're probably hanging out in Step 1, Descriptive Analytics, using Power BI just to describe what already happened. Then comes Step 2, Diagnostic Analytics, playing detective with statistical analysis to figure out why it happened. Step 3 brings in machine learning for predictive analytics, basically your crystal ball to forecast what will happen. And finally, the summit, Step 4, Operations Optimization. This is where the absolute magic happens, moving you from just knowing the business to actively driving it.
To truly grasp the difference here, just look at the questions you're asking every day. You might be stuck looking in the rearview mirror asking, why did our contribution margin decline last month? Or which products caused the line to stall yesterday? Look, it's necessary detective work, for sure, but it's fundamentally reactive. You're just reporting the news.
But the ultimate goal is hitting that stage 4. This is where you literally stop asking what happened and you start mathematically dictating what should happen. The fundamental question transforms into what should we produce and how should we schedule it to absolutely maximize our results. You stop being a historian of the business and you become the architect of its efficiency.
Section 2. The Big Goal. Optimization.
So what does this actually look like in practice? Well, an operations optimization engine is actively designed to maximize your EBITDA, your true bottom line profitability, along with throughput and overall efficiency. And the kicker? It does this while intelligently navigating the harsh realities and limitations of your specific factory floor. It doesn't spit out some theoretical pie-in-the-sky ideal. It delivers the absolute best financial outcome possible within the constraints of the real world.
Because let's face it, you can't just produce your highest margin item endlessly. The real world simply doesn't work like that. You're constantly restricted by available machine runtime, sudden labor shortages, batch minimums, and shifting customer demands. It's kind of like a massive, multi-dimensional puzzle. The optimization engine balances all of these competing constraints simultaneously to find the absolute perfect production mix.
Section 3. Python meets Power BI.
To actually pull this off, you need a brilliant division of labor between two technological powerhouses. Power BI serves as the beautiful, user-friendly face. It's the front end where leaders interact with data and compare what-if scenarios. Meanwhile, Python is the invisible heavy lifter. Python acts as the optimization brain in the background, churning through complex scheduling logic, machine learning, and simulations. Once it finds that perfect answer, Python hands it right back to Power BI for the executives to see. It's a perfect partnership.
Section 4. Optimization in action. At the beating heart of this throughput economics model is a powerful shift in how you view profit. By taking your total EBITDA and dividing it by your constrained runtime hours, you establish an ultimate prioritization metric. You're no longer just looking at the profit margin per unit, which, let's be honest, can be incredibly misleading. Instead, you're calculating profitability per hour of factory time. This mathematically prioritizes the products that squeeze the absolute most cash out of your biggest bottlenecks. To actually calculate these complex optimal schedules, your first weapon of choice is usually linear programming. By utilizing specialized Python math libraries like Pulp, Google's OR tools, or Pyomo, you literally feed the code your factory constraints and your main goal, which is maximizing that EBITDA. Then, you just let the algorithm do the heavy lifting, instantly solving for the exact perfect production quantities of every single material.
But Python can take you so much further than that. You can sequence jobs to mathematically minimize all that wasted downtime from equipment changeovers. You can even run Monte Carlo simulations. Essentially, that means running thousands of virtual what-if scenarios in seconds. This lets you calculate the exact mathematical probability of missing your profit targets because of, say, a sudden labor shortage or a crazy spike in customer demand. It builds an absolutely bulletproof schedule.
Section 5. Building the future architecture.
So how does the data actually travel? Well, step 1, it starts raw inside your ERP, like SAP, pulling live production and cost numbers. Step 2, that data flows seamlessly into your Python optimization engine where all the complex math is processed. Step 3, once Python solves the puzzle, those optimal recommendations are saved centrally into a secure SQL data warehouse. And finally, step 4, that pristine, optimized data is served up automatically to your executives in Power BI.
When leadership opens that dashboard, the impact is immediate. Imagine your current manual schedule calls for 10,000 units of an over-the-counter product and 15,000 units of a prescription drug. But Python's optimization engine calculates that, given today's specific labor and machine constraints, you should actually double the over-the-counter product to 20,000 and aggressively cut the prescription drug down to 5,000. Why? Because that specific mix is what will mathematically maximize overall factory EBITDA for the week.
But hey, it's not just about quantities, it's also about avoiding disaster. Executives also receive a clear risk heat map. This lets floor managers instantly see which products are creating operational instability. If a certain prescription drug requires excessive setups and threatens your margin, it gets flagged as high risk immediately. This allows the team to proactively shield the schedule and protect the bottom line before a single machine is even turned on.
Section 6. Elevating to operational strategy.
By integrating this level of forecasting and machine learning, you're effectively evolving the entire finance and analytics role into a proactive operational superpower. You aren't just reacting to bad news anymore. Your models are predicting runtime consumption, anticipating production variance, forecasting scrap risk, and flagging overtime hours before the shift even begins. You are literally preventing profitability deterioration before it has a chance to happen on the floor. It's a real game changer.
And this quote perfectly captures your new reality. You are no longer merely reporting numbers. You are answering how EBITDA should be optimized. You've officially moved from sitting in the backseat looking out the rear window to having your hands firmly on the steering wheel, actively deciding which customers are prioritized and exactly how the factory runs. This is the absolute definition of elite-level operational strategy.
So as we wrap up this explainer, I'll leave you with this to ponder as you prepare to build your next data model. Are you ready to stop just reporting the past and start engineering the optimized future of your manufacturing operations? The tools are ready, the data's waiting, and the evolution is entirely in your hands.